Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Jace, also known as That Casual Nerd, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a video on how to set up OBS and a couple tips and things to keep in mind when you're setting up OBS for the first time. Now, whether you're clicking on this video because you're just new to streaming and you want to kind of figure out how to set up OBS, or you've been streaming for a little bit, maybe using something else or streaming directly from maybe a console or something like that, and you want to set up OBS for the first time, here are a couple tips and tricks that should hopefully help you out and make either your first time or your next time streaming using OBS just a little bit easier. Now, for me personally, when I record and when I stream on both my personal channel and on Dice Functional, I use OBS Studio. So that's what I'm going to be showing to you guys today. From my understanding, most everything regarding OBS is going to be similar, whether it's standard OBS, OBS Streamlabs, or anything that's kind of similar or at least OBS based. Okay, so here you can see standard OBS Studio. I've created a little scene there at the bottom, kind of a how-to, if you will. To show, hey, this is what a basic scene is. Now with these scenes, you can switch between them, and those are going to be your different layouts. From your starting stream now to, hey, this is my main camera, kind of like what you're seeing here with the actual camera. This is an actual scene I have in OBS. And, hey, you know, let's show some gameplay as well. All of those are going to be different scenes, and your transitions are going to be where I marked. Now, this is how you add a scene. And right here, you can title it however you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and click out of this, and we're going to continue on. Now, to go ahead and add items to your scene, you have a lot of different options. As you can see, in this case, I am adding a game capture to show you what that looks like. You can either pick an option that you have, or in my case, I already have Minecraft Dungeons set up, so we're going to go ahead and just use that, just for example. Now, my screen itself is actually a little bit bigger than 1920 by 1080. That is going to be the standard resolution that you're going to go ahead and want to use for OBS. Most overlays and things like that you're going to go ahead and find online, whether for free or you're going to pay for them, are in that 1920 by 1080. It's a standard resolution. It works very, very well. You can change that, obviously, in the settings. Go ahead and go to settings and then video. That is where you can change it. While I'm on the screen, I want to make sure to note, go ahead and either set your FPS value to either 30 or 60 here in the US. That is going to give you the most clear stream, and it's going to make sure that it isn't too choppy. Most places where you're going to stream are going to be able to handle that 60 frames per second. And you can always lower it if you need to. Now, let's go ahead and add an audio device, because while you're playing games, people are going to want to hear you. In my case, I have a Go XLR, and as you can see, I've just added that to the scene. Easy as that. You want to test it, and over in the audio mixer, which is to the right of where my cursor is right now on sources, you can see all the bars move, like I'm showing now. Yes, I did pre-record this. Don't worry. Makes it a little bit easier for me to do my thing. All right, and now, again, you can add any sort of other values that you want to. Media sources are great for things like overlays and things like that. For browser settings, that's going to be where you add your alerts. So whether it's through Stream Elements, Streamlabs, wherever it is that you're going to get your alerts from, that is going to be where that webhook is going to be. It'll give you a URL. You just click the browser. You put it right at the top where it shows a link already in it. Easy as that. Now, a couple other things in terms of settings. When you're streaming, make sure that you go ahead and log in to Twitch. It's very important. That way you can stream. You can either hook it into YouTube, Twitch, whatever it might be. You can see there are a bunch of options here. For logging into Twitch, I do definitely recommend just, connecting directly to Twitch. It's much easier than finding the stream key, but you can always find the stream key in settings. One other thing that you might want to do when it comes to output. Now, this is very important. You want to set your bitrate at the highest possible, but anything over 8,000 for Twitch it's not going to do you any good. That's all Twitch can do. Now for hardware for your encoder, if you are on a dual PC setup, I highly recommend using the hardware encoder. It is faster than the software encoder, and it will make sure that your stream is getting out there as quick as possible with the fewest drop frames possible. The other thing that you want to change that I'm showing right now is switching your recording output to MP4. Now, for most of you, from the way that most people work is you're going to be using Adobe. So when you're using Adobe for your editing, it will not play an MKV, even though that is the default of OBS. So make sure you switch that to MP4 and you'll be all set. Now, I know there was a lot of information to cover in a relatively short amount of time. Feel free to go back, to pause it. That's why I have the screen up to show you where all of the individual parts are, so that way you can remember all of these things. I know that OBS can be a lot for a lot of people. There's a lot to learn, and trust me when I say the number of times I've forgotten to switch a scene, an input hasn't worked, something bugs weird. It's going to happen as you're learning. The most important thing, the most important tip that I can give when it comes to OBS is to take your time and just learn. You're going to make mistakes. Be okay with making mistakes. Streaming and recording both are skills. So when it comes to streaming, you're going to make mistakes. Just be ready to learn. Operating a stream, making sure you're producing it well and making the content at the same time is a learned skill. So give yourself time. You're going to do great. I believe in you guys. All right, but that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave this video. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you are looking for any sort of more tips or tricks or anything like that, or if you have any questions related to OBS, feel free to go ahead and leave those down in the comments. If you want to watch any more videos from me, go ahead and check out the channel. I would appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure you like. And for future content like this, including tips and tricks regarding software and some hardware as well, some different things for stream, make sure you go ahead and subscribe for future content. That's where I'm going to leave you guys for now. Happy streaming to you all, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye, loves.